Hello Eurovision friends, thank you so much for coming to my channel Eurovision Histories. In this video I will talk about the second rehearsal of the first semi-final, which happened yesterday, but the video came out so late that I didn't manage to do my reaction on it, so this is it. There are two entries that really gave me winner vibes, and I want to talk about them especially, but I will talk about all of the semi-finalists that rehearsed yesterday and will give you my first impression based on this 30-second clip and some of the photos as well. Let's have a look. First of all, Celia Kapsis and Liar for Cyprus. Again, it's just a 30-second clip, just a second rehearsal, but I was a bit underwhelmed by this because it looks very dark. There is, I love the graphics in the background that kind of are synchronized with the beat of the song. That is cool, but she is in white and that creates an interesting contrast, but it looks quite dark. You cannot quite see what is happening all the time. And maybe that is also why the dance break and the whole dance thing looks a bit underwhelming to me. Like some of the dance moves don't look spectacular to me. And for a song like this, that is kind of the most important part. The vocals sounded quite okay, but I'm not excited about this one's chances 100%, to be honest. Then Teya Dora, Ramonda, it looks quite exquisite with the rock, with this new outfit that I prefer a lot to the national final, also the new hairstyle with the ears sticking out, which makes her look a bit like an elf, and I think that fits the whole mystical atmosphere of the song. So that part is great. There was something, I think it's the sound mix, because I don't think that her vocals would be off, but something sounded a little bit off in that mix. And for a ballad like that, that is a big no-no. So I hope they can, I'm sure they can fix that. But there was something that just sounded a little bit off. It looks very good though. The color schemes are nice and good and add to the mysticism of the performance. So well done for that, but they have to switch up something with the sound mixing, I do think. Then Luktalk and Sylvester Belt. Basically, I think that this is the national final performance. It's great how they use the lights to create different color schemes for the performance. There's a blue part, a red part, and there you see an orange part. The only thing that I noticed a little bit, the backing dancers have new masks, of course. The only thing I noticed a little bit is that it was a bit more impactful, I think, right in front of the video wall, because now they're in the middle of the cross stage and it just looks a bit like they are a little bit lost. Not very much, but a little bit. But maybe that's just because I've seen a national final performance so much that I noticed that. But otherwise, a great performance. I'm sure this will qualify. This one is the first one that had me really wow, because the camera angles, the staging, everything they did with this is great, fits the feeling of the song. It starts with the camera turning. There are zooms on Bambie Thug's face, zoom outs. It creates like a really scary atmosphere, a mystical atmosphere, which of course is great for this song. I prefer the makeup very much to the makeup in the first rehearsal. The outfit is still the same. And when Bambie Thug grabs the hand of the backing dancer, which looks like a centaur now, that is also a great camera angle that they really capture that moment. You have the circle of candles. It just looks very, very good, like a horror movie kind of thing. And they really did a great job. Ireland kind of has a history of not getting the staging 100% right, but this year it seems like they did. And I do hope that Bambie Thug and Ireland make it to the final because they really deserve it, I do think. This one is the first one where I had winner vibes because I had a teeny tiny bit of goosebumps just watching a 30-second clip. It is the 30 seconds of Jerry Heil going up on that slope. There is wind. Her dress is flowing in the wind. You have the rain of fire in the background. It sounds amazing vocally, but it also looks incredibly epic. It looks like Game of Thrones or like one of those old Bible movies. And then at the end, not at the end, but at the end of the clip, she stands on the rock and is kind of telling us her story. It is very visually impactful. It tells a story. Well done. I mean, Ukraine always get it right with the staging, and they did again this year. We don't see Alyona in the clip, so this will be really interesting because I think the color scheme will switch to gray or more grayish, and it adds a more modern feeling to the whole thing. So I cannot wait to see the full performance, but this is definitely in contention if anyone ever doubted it, but this could actually win, I do think. Do subscribe to this channel, only thought of you watching this are, and if you subscribe, I don't have to tell you anymore. Then there are lots more videos coming during Eurovision week. Then we have Luna in the tower. This has a lot of things happening. There are two big towers, one in black, one in red. There are backing dancers that are dressed like towers, a little bit black, red, white. A moon, Luna, makes sense. Dress changes, she's on a big red horse. All very impactful in a way, but it's all a bit too busy, I think, and I don't really understand what kind of story this is trying to tell me. So yeah, tower, okay, but otherwise I don't really know. And the vocals, it is very hard to have a sweet vocal tone like Luna has and to really get it out like in the studio where you can add a bit of layering, and it doesn't quite work here. So the vocals seem a bit empty, sound a bit empty, and you have this bombastic staging, and that just creates a tension for me that I don't quite love, to be honest. But still, all the best to her. It might qualify still, but I'm not 100% sure. This one is the second one I have winner vibes, and I think a lot of people do. Odlično, very well done, this performance. I love the outfit now. It has traditional elements, modern elements. You have the embroidery that is traditional Croatian. The gold, the red, the white, it all comes together really well. The energy is there. His hair is back to the normal style, which is much preferred, I think, by a lot of people, and including by me. The energy is just incredible on that stage. You notice that they really want to do this. They really want to win. And I think they could actually do it with this. The lights are much better as well. It's not just neon green anymore. There's lots of different colors in the climax of the song. You have the cats in the background, the neon cats as well. This feels very authentic as well, especially coming after the Polish performance. This doesn't look like it's staged or like they are trying to do something that isn't them in a way. So yeah, odlično. I am so excited to possibly see Croatia win Eurovision, and I'm already learning Croatian, so that will be fun next year if I get to go. And then I can practice. So please win, just for that reason. Okay, so odlično, well done. This could actually do it, I do think. This one probably will not do it. I'm quite sure that this will not qualify, unfortunately. I love her charisma. But a lot depends on her voice, and it didn't sound 100% in that very short clip. They can still work on that, obviously. I also don't love that she's alone on that stage for most of the performance, it seems like. Like for the 30-second clip we saw, she is alone on that stage. And I like the community feeling that we had in the national final performance with the backing dancers with her and singers. It's mostly singers with her. So, I mean, they will come in later on in the performance, but I'm kind of missing that. And the outfit is okay. I preferred the national final outfit as well. So yeah, I don't think that this will make it. Raven and Veronica, obviously vocally very impressive, very well done. But the 30-second clip they chose is the last 30 seconds of that song where she basically sings these very high notes, which is very impressive. But I kind of think this will turn off a few people at some point. And the outfit doesn't look as good as I thought it would from the very short TikTok clip we had from the first rehearsal. And I think other parts of the performance will look better with the contortions and everything. Don't know why they chose the last 30 seconds there, but it didn't give me this wow feeling that I thought it would, unfortunately. And I have to say that the second part of the semifinal seems much less strong than the first part, but we know that songs in the second part sometimes have a better chance of qualifying. So that will be very interesting to see what happens this year. And that makes the semifinal so incredibly open and exciting. Windows 95 meant basically same thing as in the national final, just a few things added. Like the LEDs on the egg you can see there. I think the camera angle on the egg at the beginning, the camera shot at the beginning, is a bit too long. I thought, like, when is something going to happen? Yeah, I mean, people will like this, people will vote for this, this will probably qualify, but I'm actually a bit sad that this will qualify and another better song, according to me, will not. Natalia Babu in the middle, this one, even the 30-second clip kind of bored me a little bit, because you have the fiddle playing and you have the wings in the background, which is very impressive. The graphics are very good and the staging is quite good for this. But then the song goes into the clapping part and the and I'm just like, nothing is really happening. And then she's also just very static on that stage. So yeah, I don't think this will go very far, unfortunately, even though she's very charismatic. But a bit like Hera Björk, she's returning after so many years with, I think, a worse song than she had a few years back, a lot of years back, actually. Then we have Ferry, Özlüna Bard. It's a good staging, it's a cool staging, and this is a cool song. The soundscape it creates is quite cool. And I thought, how would I have done this? I think the futuristic part is quite good for this. The hands are quite impressive. But I think maybe the Mugham singer, I would have put him in a more traditional outfit, like a few more traditional elements. This seems very cold and distant and doesn't really draw me into the performance at the moment, but could get better at a later stage. Then Electric Fields, One Milk Kali, One Blood. They have the didgeridoo player, which I think is a very nice touch and will make it more memorable than it would otherwise have been. I think the outfit looks nice. The graphics in the background also look very nice. But saying nice 3 times might not be enough. I think this is on the border. It could qualify or not. And I have to say that the vocal in some parts seemed a bit off to me. I don't know whether that's because I personally don't really like the area of where the vocals are, like these very high piercing vocals. But yeah, it sounded a little bit off-putting to me, unfortunately, but still could make it to the final. This one, you know, if you've been to this channel, that this is probably my favorite song together with La Noia. Very well performed, very well sung again. And it is a very simple performance in the color scheme. It's black and white, as you can see in the picture there as well. But it is also very intricate with the choreography, which tells the story of the song. And it is, in a way, very elegant. I think this is the most elegant performance of the semifinal. And I hope that it stands out because of that reason. If there were juries in the semifinal, I would be sure that this would manage to qualify. With only televoters, it might struggle, but I really, really hope that Iolanda makes it because she really deserves it. I think the vocal performance, again, perfect. The grito, goosebumps, so very well done. Portugal. And then last but not least, we have Talian fighter for Luxembourg. She has changed the outfit, which I think is a good choice. They probably had that planned anyway. She now has a few more colors in the outfit, a bit more flowy. The color scheme seems to be black and orange, which works a bit more with the song than did the national final staging. There's a bit of a more summery feeling to it, but you still have the fighter feeling as well. The 30-second clip shows a slower part of the song that I almost can't remember. I don't know whether they slowed a part of the song down a little bit, but there's a lot of emotion there, which I like a lot. And it sounds quite okay for the rest of the performance. It's not the most perfect vocal performance ever, but it sounds quite good. And with the backing dancers in these very elegant dresses as well, in orange and darker colors, I think this is a very good performance as well. So this will be very hard to predict. I will try to do that next Monday, I think, before the semifinal, who makes it and who doesn't. But very well done to all of the artists. And yeah, very excited to see everything. Do subscribe to this channel if you like this video. If you didn't, you don't have to subscribe. But I hope to see you for my next one on the second rehearsal of the second semifinal. See you then, and bye-bye.